Okay, so this is a quick training on how to run a competitive side-by-side comparison in Mortgage Edge. Okay, so Tony, you kind of know how to do this, so if you want to check out for a little bit and kind of work on just priorities for the day, that way when I come back to you in a minute, uh,
Yeah, I got a game plan. Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
yeah, if you want to watch, that's great too. I was just thinking in terms of if you want to go through it. Okay, so in essence, this is how I do it, right? So let's first off, we just want to plug in everything to kind of match. So 630,
What are you looking at?
is that right? No, that's Tyson. Yeah, hold on one second. I thought I opened it up, but I just realized I did. I was going to say that does not look right. Okay, this is the competitive bid. Okay, so first and foremost, 284. The loan amount, 284, 500. Rate 2.875. Buyer financial. So I'm going to make a note of that. That we usually look up and see how we compete against them on a couple different variables. Okay, so 284. All right, the loan amount. Then let's go here. So we're not gonna add anything to the loan in this situation because we already have the loan amount. Okay, so let's start with closing cost details. So typically, I'll clear all this stuff out from the other one, and then I'll just add the fees. So lender inspection fee. I have no idea what that is. Lender inspection. Interesting. So let's see if inspection's on the list. If not, I'm just going to choose final. And, oh, there we go, inspection fee. Okay, good. So you can plug that in, 125. Oops, 125. So what you'll do, Ryan, is basically just go through this and just add in the fees. Okay, so our goal is to provide the customer a side-by-side comparison, and then what we want to do is see, okay, hey, can we match it? The goal is to try and match as much as we can. I find most of the time lenders make mistakes. So that also going through this process will help me identify. I'll make notes as I go through it. Where did they potentially make a mistake that I can point out that helps me win the deal? Okay. Now there are some times where the other lender really does just beat us. Like I don't see any errors. They're just offering a straight up better deal. So in that situation, I'll say, okay, hey, what does it take for me to match them? And if we can match, great. Most of the time, I think we can. But there are times we'll lose, and if we do lose, we'll just be honest with the customer and say, hey, if you're truly getting a better deal from another lender, then we will wish you well and say, hey, we looked at it, you're getting an awesome, awesome deal. Most of the time we can match or beat anything out there, but in this situation, it is going to be in your best interest to go with the other lender. And that's kind of our commitment to our clients and to our referral partners is that we're always going to do what's ever best for the client. And that they can trust us to look out for their best interest and not lie to them or mislead them or try and trick them into going with us or something like that. But it's okay. 135. I'm kind of grouping some of these together. So
Yeah, that's what I do. Some of the small ones.
yeah, exactly. Just to kind of make it go a little faster. And then tax certificate. I'm probably going to group those last ones in there. I'll just put it there. Okay. 55 plus 9, 54, 64. Right. Okay, so I got all those in there. Pretty interest. So it's got 6 days. Okay, so in this situation, I'm going to make a note of that they did 6 days. So we'll match that. Typically, in my experience, I like to quote 15 on refinances because we don't know what day of the month they're going to close. Now, let's see here. They did put the property taxes broken out. So 237.50, 721. We got hazard insurance for 12 months, taxes for 9 months. Then we'll go back here to build in that aggregate adjustment. We hit add, we do ag adjustment, and we put that as a negative. The negative set negative 712.50. Okay. No lender credit. I don't see that. So if I did this right, now if I go back Go to presentation.
Do you know who this lender is?
I do. It's texaslending.com. They're more of an internet-based lender. They do a lot of radio advertisement. So sometimes I will look up the loan officer and the lender to see if that's an advantage. But first off, I'll just start with the numbers. So first off, I probably need to update my loan amount because they came in at a higher loan amount. So then probably they're quoting 284 minus 9. Oh, we got to figure out what the payoff is. Let's see what they did for the payoff. Loan amount. Okay, it looks like 271,876 is the payoff. So I'll update that. So payoff. I'm writing that down. Something I want to point out is what was a discrepancy. So this number would be 271,861. Okay. And competitor. And this is Summit Funding. Okay. Then I guess what I'll do is match on the homeowner's insurance. So partly another thing I'm going to write down here as a competitive is I'm going to see, can I do better for them on homeowner's insurance? That looks a little high to me. Okay. So then I would also check to see if they really collected correctly for homeowner's insurance. That looks like something worth exploring to me, so I'm going to write down. So I'm actually going to have you research that for me, Ryan. So I'm going to have you shop the HOI. That'll be one thing I want you to work on. And I want to teach you how to check to see what the actual impounds are. So I'll show you how to do that here in a second. Let's build in the ag adjustment on our side. But for right now, I'm going to just assume that the other lender did it right. But most lenders screw stuff up. So always worth double checking on the lender's work. Okay, and then title insurance, 1351. I'll match that, but I'll also make a note here. I'm going to get an actual title insurance detail from my. I'm going to cut these fees down because if we go with Chicago Title, they always usually give us a better deal. I usually quote these a little bit high, Ryan, to build in buffer. Okay, because I always like to quote people high, and then at the time when we come in for the final closing disclosure, they're all happy because the number came in lower. So that's why I always build in a little bit of buffer. Let's shoot. All right, hold on, and then I want to. I'm gonna take all this out and just do straight apples to apples, and let's see how far I really am off, or I dig into this a little more to see other angles. Okay, need to get to 2.875 with no points, which is that is a pretty good deal.
Right.
And I think also they're not charging for the appraisal because we got an appraisal waiver. I'm gonna remove that. Okay. Now let's go back here, and first and foremost, Ryan, what I want to do is, oh, hold on, the loan amount's wrong, 284, 500.
Probably you didn't roll anything in.
Yeah, they're rolling a bunch in, so that would be another thing is roll in versus pay escrows. So that would be another way I would attack this, is say like, hey, they're rolling everything in. Now, looks like my closing costs are a little bit less, but I don't think I can do 2.875 with no points. 284 on a 444 loan amount, refi. $284,500. Okay, we got a 765 go rate and term. HI 30, reserve 6. Let's see how far off 2.875 I am on pricing. This is an internet lender, so they're usually going to be beating us by some degree. But I'll look for a couple angles on this. Okay, so it looks like I'm about 170 basis points off. Okay, that's too much. I can't cover that much of a discrepancy. Okay, So we're going to call this Summit Funding Option 1. Then what I'm going to do, we're going to call this Option 2, and I have you start researching this. So specifically what I want you to do is, okay, so Ryan is on Tyson Stewart. I want you to shop the HOI with Ruben Bear. Okay, so send him the stuff over. He can give you a quote. I think we can beat that. I would say double check the taxes.
I don't think we even have a loan application for them. Do we?
Do we not? Okay. All right. That's helpful to know. All right. Shoot. Okay. That makes it a little bit tougher. We need to get it for Ruben Bear. We need date of birth, current address, and current address to get a quote. So we need to get the date of birth. So maybe what we could do is reach out to them and just request that. I would say double check the property taxes, double check the 2015 or the impounds. So we need to find out, when does the HOI renew? That now, Tony, quick quiz for you. Do you happen to know, how do you find out? What's a good way to check if you don't know when the homeowner's insurance renews? Where's one place you can go to find out? Do you happen to know?
I don't.
Okay, so the address of this property, what is the address? Do you happen to have the address, Ryan?
Yeah, we have an application.
Oh, we do? Okay.
It is.
Is it
707.
Nesbit? Is it 707 Nesbit?
Yep.
Okay, so here's where you would go to find out when the homeowner's insurance renews. When did the deed transfer? So the deed transfers on 8/8. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So that is when they purchase the property, and that's when their homeowner's insurance renews.
So soon it renews.
So what we could do is, sorry, this is a little bit longer training. A little bit of our planning for the day, but I hope it's at least helpful. And let's see here. I have it saved on my desktop. I need to resave it, but Marcel tax chart. I emailed this out at one point.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. No, that's not. Entering escrows on refis. Here we go. There we go. This is what I wanted. Boom. So I don't have time to do this right now, Ryan. What I want you to do is research this and then come back to me tomorrow. And I'll put you on this, Tony. I'm actually going to save this to the below. Okay. So, boom. It renews 8/8. Double check the property taxes, which we can do that right here. Is 9550. So let's see if the other lender quoted that correctly or if we have an angle there. 795. So it looks to me screwed up the taxes. So that would be something I would point out. You know, something's wrong there. But you know, that's not necessarily a winning angle, but it's an angle. Then ask Sharon Anderson for an actual quote on the title insurance with a R8 credit. So I want to get you Sharon Anderson's email. She is a resource for us on the refis. Double check the impounds. I'll make a note here. See the email I sent you for training. Okay. Okay, cool. And then next step would be is just email Tyson and schedule him for Monday to review a side-by-side comparison. So just let him know. I'll hit stop sharing. I'm going to hit stop recording.